Kicking off our list at number 10, dangerous Scorpios. Yeah, we'll start off with the Zodiac sign I was nearly assigned to. I was born a month early, luckily, so now I'm a Libra. But had I been born from October 23rd to November 22nd, it would be Scorpio season. I would be a badass, apparently, I don't know. Scorpios are brave, they're bashful souls. They're known to rush into danger head on, like a scorpion with their ass horn thing behind them. I don't like them. They're ambitious, they're fierce, but they're also quite jealous. Who knew? I was almost one of them. I'm definitely one of them. They have a venom inside them like their name suggests. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a Scorpio. It's pretty nice. But so is Charles Manson, you know, he's also a Scorpio. Get what I'm saying? The legend of the giant scorpion, this goes back to ancient Greek mythology. When Artemis was mad at Orion, she sent a giant scorpion to do her bidding, and in turn, the beast got a pass to the heavens. Nice. You Scorpios, you're shady. I'm watching you. You're venomous. Sting and going to heaven.
Coming in at number 9 is Scorpio, born between October 24th and November 22nd. Happy belated birthday to all the Scorpios out there, by the way. Hope you guys had a blast. Now I will proceed to insult you. So Scorpios are harsh. They're not always the most approachable sign, but they're softies on the inside. They form incredibly deep attachments to the people they love to the point they'd suffer on their behalf. Scorpios are actually one of the most loyal signs of the whole list, but that doesn't come easily. The list of people they would do that for limits itself to like 1 or 2 people max. So I mean, if you're not in that, if you're just regular friends, then definitely do not trust them, because honestly they probably don't care about what you're telling them and will tell other people and not even think twice about it. At number 8 we have Virgos, and if you are one, that means you were born between August 24th and September 23rd. Now Virgos are honestly the mum and dad of the Zodiac, so the biggest warriors ever. It's like their full-time job. A Virgo will genuinely always come through for you. They're the ones making sure everyone around them is okay. Now they're a great ally, but it comes with a catch. They have to be invested. They have to be interested, or your aims have to at least line up. Otherwise they don't give a flying damn about you, honey, and then they will sell you to Satan for 1 corn chip. No cap. No cap at all. So that's really the only downfall with Virgos, that and they're kind of flaky. So I mean, we are seeing red flags pop up, so I mean, can you really trust them? Can you? Can you not? How do you truly know if they're invested in you? Who knows? Our set manager Chris is a Virgo, and he was just like, yeah, okay, yeah. Filling our number 7 slot is Aries, which means your birthday falls between March 21st and April 19th. Honestly, I just have such a love-hate relationship with Arians. Like, I love them, but they're just not good for me, and I always just fall in love with them, and I'm just always on my shit. Like, I can't. Anyway, excuse my mini breakdown. This sign is extremely calculated. They're always internally calculating what's right, what's wrong, and they're very quick to A, do what's right for them in the moment, and B, change their decision midway if they realize it's an even more beneficial option. It's a very fiery, passionate sign, but they're not as warm as the others. They're too logical to be with you or be friends with you unless you're adding value to their lives. It's not like they're untrustworthy, but they just don't factor in emotions in trust, whereas others would. Arians are mind first, heart second, and based off my ex, I 100% agree with that. I'm not salty though. Not at all. But they will do what's best. Like, once I started smoking shisha a lot during a certain period of time, and I told my ex about it, and I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll stop. And then he staged an intervention with my sisters. And I mean, I really did feel semi-betrayed, because he was meant to be my homie, but it was also for my own good, so we stan. We definitely stan. But did I get over it? No, I didn't. Did I smoke shisha less? Yeah, I did. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Now at number 6 is Taurus. The stubborn bull falls between April 20th to May 20th, and this breaks my heart because they're not really as untrustworthy as they seem, I swear. Now Tauruses really are a double-edged sword. They would do anything for the people they're close to, but then again, most people would. Their dark side is the real issue here. Tauruses are extremely stubborn and will never do anything they disagree with. And I feel like a lot of personal things you share with your closest friends can be problematic. They can be bad choices you made, sometimes the immoral choices that you made that you don't want other people to know. You need a non-judgmental ear to listen to all that, and a Taurus ain't it. Just not it. A lot of the times they make mindless choices that aren't in anyone's best interest, so you're like, how reliable and trustworthy are you? Like, are you a ride or die or nah? They really are good friends and good lovers, they're just not the trustworthy one on the team. Like, let's not delegate tasks to the Taurus. Let's just not. Coming in at number 5 is Aquarius. You guys may not have made the first cut of most dangerous zodiacs, but you did make it into this one, so we moving on up, Aquarians. Born between January 21st and Feb 18th, Aquarians are all about productivity. If we think about them economically, they're very good at all the macro stuff, you know, like big ideas and stuff like that, but they suck at the micro. They're just not good at focusing and attending to small details, and on top of that, they have huge egos, and that gets in the way of them being trustworthy or loyal. Aquarians put their walls up high so the exchange of trust isn't mutual. You're out here telling them all your darkest secrets, and they're out here like, not telling you anything. And if they do let you in though, and you mess that up, they owe you nothing. No loyalty, nothing is sacred, you guys. Nothing at all. So let's just put it this way. You can trust an Aquarian at work, like fully 100%, but outside of work, you may want to think twice. At number 4 are Leos. That means you were born between July 23rd and August 23rd. Hashtag me, hashtag gang gang, hashtag Leo or die. No bias though, not at all. I'm actually very sad we're so far up on the list because I like to think I'm pretty trustworthy, so like where are the Leos out there that are ruining it for the rest of us? Nah, I'm just kidding. Now the thing with this sign is that you can actually trust and rely on them. They know how to keep secrets, but they will always choose themselves and their family over you, and if that means having to betray you, they will do it. And I do agree with this, like I would definitely do that, and whenever anyone tells me anything and tells me not to tell anyone, I still always tell my sisters because hello, they don't count. You're telling me, you're telling them. Sorry. As we know, Leos love attention, and although they get it naturally, at times they don't, they may stoop low to get it. AKA they could throw you under the bus for laughs or to make themselves look better. I met so many Leos like this, so I know it's true, and I jokingly diss my friends all the time, but that's more like messing around, not malicious, but I mean, tomato tomato, right? Either way, sleep with one eye open. I once met a girl at a party who like said she didn't like me after I told her I was a Leo, and I was like, well, that's rude. I don't like you either. I don't even know you. Filling our number 3 slot is Gemini. Born between May 21st and June 20th, the twin sign may have 2 faces after all. As you can well imagine, Geminis are polarized about a lot of things, and they're very complicated. These people are social chameleons and jump headfirst into friendships and relationships, becoming obsessed almost, and then just as quickly jumping out of them. Geminis are known to have mood swings, and they're forever changing their minds, so it's really hard for them to commit to their word and keep anything a secret. Their emotions rule them, so say you piss them off or wrong them, they have no issue outing any sensitive information you told them, because I mean, hello, they're angry. Now don't get me wrong, they're really great friends and lovers, but they just don't always follow through on their own word, so how the hell are they meant to follow through on yours? I mean, makes sense, doesn't it? Can't fault them for that. They like variety, they like choice, and they don't mind lying to get it. Be wary. You don't like a liar. Now at number 2 is Sagittarius. Born between November 23rd and December 22nd, Sagittarians are savage and also known as the least loyal of all the signs. Oh, these hoes really ain't loyal. It's a good thing I never dated one. Haha, got you there. But honestly, I'm not even mad at it. This sign is dubbed untrustworthy and disloyal because they're unreliable. Not in regards to themselves, but to other people. They prioritize themselves first, they love the newness of things, they love to explore places and people, and they're hungry for it. They're hungry for change, and they're so captivated by their own wants and beliefs that you as a friend or lover are just kind of a second thought. They have the stop and nothing mentality, so they literally have no issue outing you or stepping on you or anything to get ahead. Sagittarians are synonymous with freedom, and that means cheating a lot of the time. It means looking for the next best thing. Now don't get me wrong, in terms of family, this sign is 100% trustworthy, but make no mistake, they won't even second guess cutting you out of their lives. Doesn't matter if you're their dad or their sister or their kid, they will do it. They're a selfish sign, and you can't trust a selfish sign with your heart or words because they'll never treat it with as much care as their own. And that's the tea. And finally, at number 1 is Pisces, and if you are a Pisces, that means you're born between February 19th and March 20th. And honestly, Pisces was unanimously voted as the least trustworthy sign on every single site I went on for research for this video. I know this may come as a surprise since Pisceans are probably one of the most loved signs out of the 12, but they are also a mess. They're like all over the place, let's be real. They are completely driven by their creative and artistic goals, which means they're not always the most logically minded, and so their brains are always thinking about a billion things at once. Hence, things sometimes just slip out. Not intentionally or maliciously, but it just happens. Like, happens. It's the same thing. Pisceans just tell people your deepest, darkest secrets and then write an interpretive poem afterwards about the cost of friendship. like, thank you. You could just also not say anything to anyone and save us the poem. In terms of relationships too, you can't really trust them to stick around because when things get a little bit tough, they are just gone. They've already traveled to Italy to find themselves creatively again, and while you're still crying over the breakup, they're already on to their next muse. Gotta hate them, gotta love them, but also watch what you say around them. Don't trust them with your heart or words, people. Let's not make that mistake. Starting us off at number 10 is Aries, and that is you if your birthday is between March 21st and April 19th. My ex was an Aries, and when we were younger, if he got angry, he would just see red, like he would not even hear what I was saying. So I believe the sign being at number 10. As a fire sign, Arians are easy to anger, and since they have very little temper control, something small can turn into something huge real quick. It's quite easy to annoy an Aries. All you have to do is get in the way of something they want and just keep getting in their way. The more obstacles you present them with, the more agitated they're going to get. This sign tends to explode when they're angry, and they don't really care who's in their line of fire. They'll have a bit of a hissy fit, but they're also not shy when it comes to admitting they're wrong and apologizing. I reckon we can cut Arians some slack since they are the babies of the Zodiac, so they're automatically just not the most mature within the signs. It's okay, you the baby, we forgive you.
Number 9. Leo. Leo the lion. Look at you roar, okay? We get it. You're big and brave and bold and bashful. I like the word bashful today. I'm using that a lot. But it's not your fault. It's just the hands that you were dealt with, right? It's just life giving you some shit. The zodiac myths surrounding this sign all began when Hercules was a young chap. Remember Hercules? Back when he was young? Good days. Hercules had to complete 12 tasks, the first of which was defeating the Nemean lion. Now after defeating the foul beast with just his bare Hercules hands, his old HH, the soul of said lion took its place among the stars. Now Leo is one of the few animals of the zodiac signs, beginning on July 24th, stretching to August 23rd. You Leos are self-confident, okay? You don't need a Hercules coming in and your day up. You're the best at friendships. You're a true companion, but it's easy for somebody to take advantage of said kindness, okay? So watch your back, watch those around you. Roar sometimes, you know, scare the shady ones away. You need to eat a Hercules from time to time, okay? As history says. Leos are also known for getting revenge. So yeah, I'm watching you, Kyle. Number 8. Virgo, the maiden. Of course, I can't forget about you lovelies. Let's do it. Your season is arriving soon. You're feeling it, right? It's in the air. You're feeling the change in the air around you. That back to school, crisp morning air. Let the plotting begin. Let's do it. Beginning on August 24th and running until September 22nd, the season of Virgo is quite positive. Hey, nice. You're all creative. This is the best time for you, right? You express yourself via music and dance. You're kind to others. You help others. But those standards, they can get a little high. I'm not gonna lie. They can get a little too ambitious. You can be a bit judgy as well, okay? Sometimes you can overthink emotions and or relationships. And you're also masterminds, which is a little terrifying. We gotta keep an eye on you guys, for sure. This is a scary combo. If things don't go their way, they make things difficult and messy. The constellation Virgo has a dark backstory. It stems from the destruction of Pandora's box. Yeah, remember when demons were released to punish humanity? It's because of you. Get involved, but not too involved. Let things happen. Don't open the box. I almost tripped over the box. Don't open or trip over the box. Number 7, Cancer. Did somebody mention a giant crab? That's pretty terrifying. Let's talk about that. The constellation Cancer was born from Hera's hatred for Hercules. Yeah, you can't be slapping lions left, right, and center, my friend. And you can't get away with it as well. Stop it. Zeus's queen, Hera, then sent a giant crab to kill Hercules. Terrifying. That ought to be quite the image, looking back in your rear view, seeing a giant crab behind you. See ya. Hercules also defeated the crab because he's a unit, okay? Nothing's stopping him. He's literally Hercules. The crab pinched Hercules' toe, and in turn he kicked it to the cosmos. See you later, pal. Gone. But these stars, this constellation, is not bright on purpose. See, since the crab didn't accomplish its task, it only gets about, it only gets the 30-watt light bulbs up there in heaven. It gets the low, dim stars that are kind of dying. I don't know. Cancers run from June 22nd to July 22nd, so it's getting kind of close. Get them while they're on your side, right? Number 6, Sagittarius. The archer. Uh-oh, here we go. Heads up. In Greek mythology, the archer of Sagittarius, their name was Crotus. It was a half goat and half man. The Sagittarius stands like Donald Trump. He's just like kind of always involved. Crotus was an extremely talented musician and huntsman who is attributed with inventing the bow and arrow, okay? Nice. The Muses then asked Zeus to place him in the stars where he can be seen showing off his, his cool. That's the thing, you guys are all show-offs, right? November 2nd to December 21st, the holiday season, right? No, gotta look at me instead. Forget your holiday staff party. My birthday's rolling around. It's all a party for me. Nothing is more important than a Sagittarius's desires, okay? We gotta remember that. But they're soft at the heart. even though they're all know-it-alls. They're soft in here, okay? Number 5, Capricorn, aka the GOAT. The GOAT. December 22nd to January 19th. Again, show-offs, right? Capricorns are represented by the sea goat, but its dark side is represented by the Leviathan. Great. Both I'd rather not be involved with, if I'm being honest. Just like the sea itself, Capricorns can be extremely mysterious, dark, and dangerous. Yeah, they can be dangerous. There's always some kind of mystery going on with a Capricorn, and you truly never know what they're thinking. Capricorns can be very difficult to understand, which can make people feel like they're hard to deal with, but it's just, you know, they're complex creatures. It's not us, it's them. Hey, it's not me, it's actually you this time. Fun fact. Capricorns too can hold a grudge. So if you're close to the Capricorn, this might be the year to really, you know, heal some things or watch your back and run away as far as possible. Because you never know. Okay, you never know with a Capricorn. I know a couple of these guys. They're all right. Capricorns are chill. I don't know why I'm roasting so hard. Number 4, Taurus. You mess with the bull, you get the Taurus Hornus. A Taurus is represented by the bull, which is one of the most accurate zodiac pairings that there is, but the dark side of your sign is represented by a fallen demon. There's always drama with someone falling out of the skies or coming up from the hells. Just, can we stay? Can we chill, please? Things don't always go swimmingly for a Taurus, but they're strong, and more often than not, they end up making it to the other side of said difficult situation. So keep it up, Taurus guys. But this can make them tough souls, right? This is good. This is all progress. With all the trials and tribulations faced in the past, we might see a Taurus closing themselves off more than ever before. So if you're a Taurus, hit that thumbs up, you know? Loosen up. Comment down below. Say, hey, I'm a Taurus. Number 3, Aquarius. Ganymede was the young, beautiful prince of Troy. Remember him? Oh, so handsome. Anyone who looked at him, any gender, you're doomed, pal. You're sucked into that beauty. January 20th to February 18th, right? The new year, let's talk, new love. This is a fun one. Everybody else is getting attacked by cosmic crabs or sent on missions from half bull, half man creatures. Over here, everybody's trying to just not hook up with an Aquarius. That's their main goal. Is he looking at me? Oh, he's so hot. Okay, I have to go talk to him. I'm sorry. Ganymede was a swift addition to Olympus as well, as he charmed, you know, everybody and everything up there. Even Zeus caught some feelings. Yeah, Zeus was like, hang on, Zeus. He disappointed Hera a bit when he anointed Ganymede as his lover, and now his cupbearer. Yeah, out of compassion, Ganymede begged Zeus to then help him send rain to the thirsty people on Earth, and Zeus, out of love, because he was so, of course, Zeus agreed, and Ganymede was defined as Aquarius, aka God o' Rain. Although an Aquarius can have zero compassion sometimes, they can ride solo at any point, okay? So don't ask for too much rain, or else you'll run the well dry. Number 2, Gemini. Gemini is represented by the twin. But the dark side of their sign is the Hydra, or the basilisk. Yeah, remember the basilisk from Harry Potter? The thing he has to stab in the mouth with a sword? Awesome, you're one of those, apparently. A Gemini gets a bad rep for being two-faced, but I like to think of it more as multi-faced, you know? Like, hey, they're adaptable. They're not shady. They're not a basilisk, they're an adaptalisk. Geminis know their worth and they're social butterflies who can adapt to the many situations they find themselves caught in, right? They're good on their feet. But Geminis can definitely be dangerous if you're not careful. With the world opening back up, Geminis might get a little too excited and get back out there. We may see them making too many plans that they absolutely cannot keep up with. Is this me? This sounds a lot like me. Yeah, we should definitely start a podcast. Let's do it, man. Next, year, maybe, sure. We can't keep up with plans. I'm saying we. This is definitely me in my soul. It's also worth mentioning to try and be as clear as you can when you're speaking to a Gemini, because you might just see the other side, right? You might just get to them. May 21st to June 20th. Go get them, you immortal twins, both of you. And finally, number 1, Libra. On my Libra scales, I'm weighing sins and forgiveness. Lil Wayne, 2011. Great line. The scales, baby. Let's see what's going on here. What's weighing over in this way? I had to save the best for last, you know, being a Libra and all. Libras are represented by the scales, and they're known as being one of the kindest signs, of course. But they absolutely have a dark side. Libras can be a bit harsh because they like things to be done well, and they want their surroundings to be beautiful while they do it. Like this, or this. That's beautiful, right? This can, however, make them a tad selfish or, you know, a lot selfish. Yeah, I'm talking about you, pal. It's me in the prompter. I'm just a little pep talk here. Libras have a good tendency to look at the bigger picture and they strive to please and make others happy, but this can often leave them forgetting about themselves, right? What about me? Damn it. This year, it might be easy for Libras to get burnt out trying to please others. It's also the only sign that's represented by an inanimate object, so that's cool as well. I'm like, hey, I'm an object that weighs things. I'm not a fish or a crab or a lion, just the scale. Themis, the god of justice, holds a scale blindfolded in Greek mythology. Yeah, we don't look, but we do judge. Here we go, September 23rd to October 22nd.
Starting us off with number 10 are Libras, born between September 24th and October 23rd. And before any angry, alarmed Libras start commenting below, I need to preface this. There are only 12 zodiacs, you guys. If you're number 10 on the list, that's not a bad thing. That's really not. Now, off the bat, Libras look untrustworthy as hell. They're loud as hell, gossipy, they love people and seek attention like nobody's business. These traits just don't scream trust, do they? They really don't. Now, if you're lovers, you have nothing to worry about. They're top tier level trustworthy, but if you're friends, that's shaky ground. To get to the top of the social ladder, they have no issue blabbing about what you tell them to others in an attempt to further themselves. But that's very rare. If they're with you, they are really with you. They are the ride or die sign if there was one. But they're also extremely passionate. They're loyal if you're constantly fostering and nurturing your connection. But if you're not, then why should they even owe you anything? Coming in at number 9 is Taurus, which is you if you were born between April 20th and May 20th. I was honestly surprised Taurus was so high up on the list because I know a few myself, and although they are hyper emotional beings, I haven't seen any get particularly angry. Whenever my best friend Leanne gets angry, she's a Taurus, she just starts crying angry tears, and I'm like, do I comfort her? Do I get out of her way? Is she gonna get angrier if I hug her? I don't know what to do. First things first, Taurus is represented by the bull, meaning they have an explosive, violent, and obsessive sort of anger. This sign is as stubborn as it gets, but to be fair, they only get mad when it's actually necessary. Little things don't mean shit to them, it's the deep things they actually care about. And it's not like they want to explode, they'll try to keep it in for as long as possible, giving you subtle hints that, you know, I'm a little bit angry. The silent treatment, the cold shoulder, and when that doesn't work, it's volcanic eruption time. Taurans may forgive, but they definitely don't forget. When this sign goes off, and believe me they will, they'll be pulling receipts out of their ass about you said at 4 p.m. on Friday the 8th 4 years ago. Can't be having that. At number 8 we have Sagittarius, another fire sign. These babies are born between November 22nd and December 21st. I mean, according to NASA though, are you really a Sagittarius or are you an Ophiuchus? I hate that word. I just don't want that to be a zodiac because it's so hard to say. Like none of the other zodiacs are hard to say. Ophiuchus. Come on! Give me a break! Either way, this sign is honestly usually very sweet and calm, but they're also a ticking time bomb. As nice as they are, when they're in a bad mood or they get pissed, they will burn the house down. If a Sagittarius is actually taking the time to pick a fight with you, there is no backing down. This sign will explode in a way you'll never forget, taking everything in their path down with them. This sign gets nasty and says just about anything to you. Some have even described this sign as a monster when angry and one that is the most likely to resort to a physical assault, but that's very rare. They will continuously one-sidedly lecture you until you see their side, or at least pretend to, just so they shut up. Filling at number 7 slot are Geminis, born between May 21st and June 20th. The twin air sign loves to talk, which makes their anger the most vocal one. My dad's a Gemini and he's such a calm being who rarely ever gets angry, so I'm like, what? Either way, if a Gemini is angry at you, expect a whole load of stubborn shouting coming your way and no listening to reason. This sign can tend to get anxious and agitated, and that energy morphs into anger when they don't know how to go about a situation. But the sign is known for having two sides to them. If they're not screaming at you, they may just be sitting there cool-headed, marinating in their anger and just coming for your jugular by calmly insulting you and ending your friendship. So either they're angry or they're calm and conniving like Jekyll and Hyde, and I want neither of those options. Sometimes they just keep running their mouths and they don't even remember the point they're trying to make anymore. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna let you finish, but what is your point? Now at number 6 is Libra, meaning if your birthday falls between September 23rd and October 22nd, you are this air sign. Dubbed the peacekeepers of the zodiacs, Libras are super easygoing and try to have harmony and balance in their lives as much as possible. This sign hates confrontation more than anything and will try to not engage for as long as possible before they do engage in the bloody warfare. Anger is an unattractive emotion to most Librans. It just doesn't go with their overall charming brand, you know what I mean? They try and act holier than thou and above it all, but they do lose their cool as well. Libras have this annoying way of justifying literally everything they do, including when they're having a meltdown. Like, chill dude, daddy chill. This sign is a natural lawyer and do not lose arguments easily and know exactly what platform each person is standing on and how to knock the other person well off their pedestal. Coming in at number 5 is Cancer. With birthdays falling between June 21st and July 22nd, this water sign has an expressive kind of anger. They're very sensitive and maternal, so no one really fears is this sign, but you know what they say, the crab has quite a painful pinch. Now at first they'll just sulk around. If no one gives them attention, they'll turn to more passive aggressive methods before going into their protective shells and crying. When angry, Cancerians are literally adult babies who will throw a tantrum when they feel like they're being excluded, taken advantage of, or are being underappreciated. But when they make it rain, they let it pour. That's been building up for years will come out, and at some point you'll be like, is this even relevant to the argument? But you also feel too guilty to ask them that, so you'll just kind of be standing there like, okay. Now the bad thing about Cancerians is that they also take a really long time to cool down. They're very comfortable with their feelings and are an empathetic sign, meaning it's also easy for them to take on the emotions of people around them and get pissed off on other people's behalf. Personally, they dwell on the past a lot, which can be pretty intense, and they make themselves upset over imaginary scenarios. That's called an overthinker. I am a huge overthinker, so I get you, boo. At number 4 is Pisces. Born between February 19th and March 20th, this water zodiac in particular is a vulnerable and emotional one. They're deeply emotional, literally always in their feelings, and not in the good way, not like Kiki, and they can't take constructive criticism for Pisceans rarely get angry, but when they do, they're outright horrifying to be around. They rage, and instead of lashing out at others, they become self-destructive and violent, and their mind starts thinking of the most dramatic scenarios. This is all because they try and internalize their anger until it spirals into self-doubt and frustration. This sign takes everything personally, but isn't dramatic about it, thank God. Instead, they'll just plot a very specific kind of revenge that involves emotionally manipulating you. It's very victim mentality with the Pisces. Filling at number 3 slot are Scorpios. Honestly, I thought this sign was unfairly stereotyped because no one likes scorpions, and that really spills over onto the likeliness of the sign, but I don't think it was as unfair as I first thought. Born between October 23rd and November 21st, this water sign has a brutal source of anger. This sign feels emotions on a very deep level, meaning their anger runs deep as well. Scorpios really don't get angry very easily or often, but when they do, they still try to keep it in. They use silence as their deadliest weapon. This sign doesn't forgive, they do not forget, and more importantly, they don't let the issue go. There is no letting go. A furious Scorpio will destroy you emotionally and continue eating McDonald's for lunch like nothing even bloody happened, while your dignity is just on the floor and you're just picking up the pieces. Scorpios hold grudges. They will be on their deathbed and bring up the time you unplugged their phone when it was on 4% charge. Let it go, man, it was 5 years ago. This sign will be so angry and won't even know it because it'll be so passive aggressive at first, but when the stinger comes out, it comes out. You know, stinger, scorpion, come on. Now at number 2 are Leos. My sign. Honestly, I rue our feistiness and the fact that we are little just balls of fury. Born between July 23rd and August 22nd, it is currently Leo season, aka everyone's favorite season. It's our time to shine, babies, let's go. As fire signs, Leos are dramatic as hell and they are dominant. I can attest to that 100%. I'm so bloody dramatic. If I don't get what I want, I sometimes just legit pretend to die. It's quite funny actually. Other people don't think so. Now Leo's anger is more rage than it is anger, and it's all noise. The louder we get, the better a point we think we're making, when that's really not true. This sign is a true hothead, and when they're angry, they believe with every fiber of their being that they are right and they will not back down. We will go to embarrassing lengths to prove we are right and you are wrong. Admitting they're wrong is just not in their vocabulary. Why would it be? It never happens. We're Leos. Can you see why I'm such a problematic sign? Like, oh my god. Leos also like to be hurtful and will resort to personally insulting the person they're angry at just to establish superiority. I don't personally do this one, but as a Leo I can understand others who would. We definitely don't mind forgiving someone, and our anger subsides rather quickly, but apologizing, I don't know about that. We don't know about that now. We're lions, so you know it really is a roaring type of anger. And finally, at number 1 are Capricorns. With birthdays between December 22nd and January 19th, my family is full of Capricorns. My mum and both my sisters are Capricorns, and as a Leo, my mum and I tend to butt heads quite often. I just need to know when to shut up, but I simply don't. Capricorns are a nice earth sign. They're hardworking, maternal people who don't get triggered and angry often. This sign is the best at keeping their exposure and letting their emotions bubble under the surface for as long as humanly possible. But like life, anger is something they take extremely seriously. Someone has to really push a Capricorn for them to destruct, and destruct they will. They're known to smash whatever's nearby, and their outbursts shock everyone around them because it's like, where the hell did that come come from. Capricorns will never outright say they're mad at you, they'll just hit you with the fact they're disappointed in you, which is arguably a lot worse. The 1% of the time the sign loses its temper, it is over for everyone. Run, and don't look back, because they will hurt the first person they see, and if it's you, God save your soul.